Yo, it's Sway.
Sway.
Sway. Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
In the morning.
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 Only on Shade 45.
Wake your fuck ass up.
Yeah. Bitches.
Now, who's all involved? Bobbi Kristina is involved, right?
Mm-hmm. My husband, Gary.
Gary, who's right behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My mother-in-law, Sissy. Chrissy's friend and a family friend, Nicholas Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, Ray, who was Whitney's bodyguard. And my cousin, Mary.
Let me ask you about Sissy, because there's been a we've been talking about Bobbi Kristina, and she's been in the news a lot, and it was reported that Sissy didn't really trust to give Bobbi Kristina her inheritance because of her age and because of the way she's been conducting her life. Mm-hmm. You know, there's been so many things in the tabloids, from substance abuse to her being engaged. Is she engaged?
Well, the first she was a few months ago when we taped the first episode.
Yeah.
She was then. It's a journey now. Let's just say there are different developments going on right now.
Oh, you just turned into a commercial right there. I got to watch the show. Wow, that was great. Okay, so it's a journey now. But is that true, though, that Sissy felt like she couldn't handle that, what was coming to her in terms of inheritance?
No, it wasn't a matter of, and Sissy didn't come up with that. You know, it was designed for Chrissy. It didn't have anything to do with whether or not she could handle it. Mm-hmm. You know, it was just designed for her at 21 years old, that certain things would happen for her. Mm-hmm. And as time moved along, you know, as it's set up, then she would receive monies, but it didn't have anything to do with us being concerned about her being a spendthrift, because she's not.
Okay.
She's very simple, you know, so all the rumors and everything that you hear that she's out of control with spending is just not true.
That's not true.
No.
No, I was talking to Pat Sway off air, and I was saying, I was reading the reviews this morning, as I said to you, Pat, about the show, and I feel like you almost have to be the bad guy in all of this. You know, I read some of your comments and some of the things that were said. And for me, I'm just watching as a fan and a spectator. I would have been like, what are you doing? Like, Nick was raised as her brother. If I'm right? He was raised as her brother, Bobbi Kristina's brother. Mm-hmm. You seem to be the only one that was really, really vocal about it. Does that put you in a bad position, or how do you feel about all of this?
You know, I don't put as much energy into it as everyone else does, because I know what time it is, what's going on. I know what the deal is. So I don't put a lot of energy into certain situations as it relates to Nicholas and Chrissy, because they're very young. Mm-hmm. You know, if it were another niece or nephew, I would respond the same way. If one of them would tell me at 19, you know, that they're engaged, because 3 years ago she was 16 years old.
Right.
What do you know about love at that particular time? So we voiced our opinion, you know, as it relates to that. And if her mother were alive, I would still voice my opinion about decisions that are made about her.
So you don't have a problem with the way you were edited, you know?
Well, you know what? I can take the hit. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. As long as I know that I am protecting what matters to me is Bobbi Kristina. And it has always been that way. Mm-hmm. I'm standing for her mom, and I know how much Mama Bear was as it relates to Chrissy, and I have to continue that.
What about Bobby, her father? Because we were just telling a story how he was arrested for a DUI.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I believe earlier this morning.
Yeah.
What is his involvement in her life? Is the family trying to keep him out of it? And will he be making an appearance on this show?
No, we would never try to keep him out of her life, because that's her only living parent.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know, Bobbi Kristina she can handle herself very well when it comes to her father. Mm-hmm. They have a relationship. We do not get in the way at all. You know, she speaks to her father. Whatever decisions that she and Bobby come up with about what's going to happen with them or how they handle things, because we know they both love Whitney, mm-hmm. you know, and we would never try to keep Bobby out of Bobbi Kristina's life. That would be somewhat intrusive on our part, because that is her father. He is not on the show, but he is referenced on the show. Mm-hmm. We have conversations with Kristina about her father. You know, it's really cute, because last week Chrissy's been trying to get her driver's license, and my thing is, oh my God, her driver's license. That's a step in the right direction, as a 19-year-old. And when she got the driver's license, I asked her, I said, you're going to call your father and let him know you got your license? She says, I'll give him a call, soon and let him know. I said, okay, in your time. And I said, let your dad know that you got your driver's license. I said, that's an accomplishment for you, Chrissy. So it's the life management things that we really try to guide and navigate her through, try to prepare her, for life. So, I would say he's involved via telephone.
Via telephone? Okay. Well, he came up here and gave us a concert not too long ago. He still got it. We've all know about Whitney's publicized substance abuse. We know about Bobby Brown's substance abuse. We've seen symptoms of the same thing through Bobbi Kristina. Has the family sat down and talked to her about?
Substance abuse is something, I think Chrissy was on the cover of one of the tabloid magazines relative to substance abuse a while ago.
Yeah.
I called her over and had conversation with her about that. And she says, Auntie Pat, all teenagers go through this. I said, no. I said, all teenagers that like to party go through this. I said, so don't think it's right because everyone else may be doing it, or you think everyone is, and it's cool to do. So the conversation started a long time ago. And Chrissy's not on substance abuse. She has had issues as it relates to alcohol that were here even before her mother passed. She's gone through a great deal, but she's growing up. She understands what that could do to her. But the family, myself and the family, have to understand what she's going through. So we have to be patient with her and just continue to mentor her and just try to lead and guide her in the right direction so that she won't end up being an alcoholic or won't end up using substance abuse. Just like any other parent, we have to be present and stay in the game in order to keep up with all of that.
Who does Bobbi Kristina live with? I'm confused. Does she live with you?
No, she's never lived with me. She did a few years ago when her parents were together going to school. A few years ago, but she lives on her own. She just got a new apartment. That's near us. They've always lived near, maybe 10 minutes away. And my brother Ray, who was Whitney's bodyguard, they live in the same area, right in the same area. So she's close, and we see her.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.